ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ. ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಬಯೋಮೆಂಟ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟ್. This is Shivapriya Hiremat, a passionate tutor and creator of this Bioment YouTube channel. Since it's my first video, I just want to share with you all that what actually influenced me to create this channel. ನಿಮಗಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು ನನ್ನ ಚಾನಲ್ ಲೋಗೋ ಬಯೋಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಾ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ಲೈನ್ ಆಗಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತನ ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಭಾಳ ಮಂದಿಗೆ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಅಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಒಂಥರ ಮುಗಿಲ ಬಂದು ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಒಳಗಿನ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜೀಸ್, ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್, ಆ ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸಿಗೆ ಲೇಬ್ಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆನಪು ಉಳಿಲಾರ್ದಂಥ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ನಾಗ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಾದರೂ ಚಲೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ತಲೆ ಒಳಗಿನ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾರೋದಂಗೆ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಹಾಲ್ನಾಗ. ಸೊ ಇಂಥವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಟೀಸ್ಗೆ ಹೆದರಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ನ ಕ್ವಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಆ ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫೊಗೆಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯೋರ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ biology. I'll make your way of learning even more easier, just like your teeth do to your stomach. ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಫುಡ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೀತ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತದೋ, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲರ್ ವೇ ಒಳಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. So this is my first purpose to create this channel and to have this tagline as well. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎರಡನೇದು ಏನು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಈ ಚಾನಲ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ 10th ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 10th ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ನ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಟೀಚರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಕರಿಯರ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ, PhD ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ PUC ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 11 ಸೈನ್ಸನ್ನು ಆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ದಿ ಫೇಸ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಇನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜೀಸ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಆನ್ಸರಿಂಗ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಈ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ I want to mention here that yes, of course this channel has been created to help out those who had the background of Kannada medium, but it doesn't mean ನನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಟು ವರ್ಡ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಫೀಡ್ ಟು ಯೋರ್ ಬ್ರೇನ್ that will be the food for it, so that itself the brain follows. So try to train your brain in the way it has to be. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡದೊಳಗೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ಕನ್ನಡ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟನೇ ಪಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಲೇಝಿ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎಟ್ ದಿ ಎಂಡ್ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗಲೇ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇಟ್. And one more thing I want to say here that I'll be providing you the notes in the form of PDF after the end of every chapter. It's my own notes and which is absolutely free, so you can access it in the description box. And before discussing our today's topic, this is very important to be aware of it. So it's my humble request to do follow SMS before stepping out from your home. Here S stands for use sanitizer, M for wear mask, and S for maintain social distance. Eat healthy, stay home and stay safe. So we'll start our subject, that is biology. You can observe here that in this picture you can find an animal a carrot, brain, DNA, mice, bacteria, a tree, a tortoise, a bird, an apple, a leaf, a cell, amoeba. So many things, those all are coming under the subject biology. So why those are coming under the biology, let's see in the next page. Why I showed this picture in the beginning is because before going to learn about the actual syllabus which is prescribed in class 11th, we must know about the introduction to biology, because before knowing all the complex or whatever you feel them as difficult topics, we must know the introduction or the basic thing about the biology. So once we come to the topic biology, everybody has a question that what is biology. This is a common question and very basic question. So what is biology? Before going to know about what is biology, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿಪ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಒಳಗಿನ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜೀಸ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ದ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇಂಟು 2 or 3 ಸಬ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಹೆಂಗಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಐತಿ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ broken the term into 2 sub-terms, that is bio and logos. Bio ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ life and logos ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ study. So whenever you come across the terminology ending with the logy, just remember it that it is the study of something. That means like, for example, anthropology, zoology, geology, biotechnology, microbiology. So these all are like the study of something. That means something is nothing but the first word, whatever you have broken it down. So this is one way to remember easily the terminologies coming under biology. So you got to know the definition of biology just by breaking the term biology into 2 subwords. Okay, that is the study of life is called biology. And who termed this or who proposed the word biology is the great biologists, that is Lamarck and Treviranus proposed the word biology. And this might be asked in any of the competitive exams, so it is pretty important too. And you might be come across the question of who is father of biology. That is Aristotle is the father of biology. And the next thing is, you might have heard about many branches under biology. That might be I have said few minutes back that biotechnology, microbiology, anthropology, and developmental biology, zoology, so on. These all are coming under the biology. So these are all sub branches, but biology has been classified into 2 main categories. The first one is botany and the second one is zoology. So we all know that botany is nothing but the study of plant species, that is called botany, and Theophrastus is the father of botany. And the next one is zoology. As I said you in the beginning itself, that if you come across with any terminologies ending with the logy, just do remember that it is study of something. So here you can see zoology. So just I've broken it down into two subwords, that is zoo and logos. Zoo is nothing but animal and logos is nothing but, we know that this is study. So this is the study of animal species, that is called zoology. And here just by breaking the main term into two subterms, you got to know the definition of zoology. This is how you must be applied with the terminologies. And Aristotle is the father of zoology, and he is the father of biology as well. He is a great zoologist, Greek zoologist. This is all about the introductory part to the biology. Okay, I hope you all understood the introduction to biology. Now we will go through the brief introduction of syllabus, because if we want to learn topics of biology, we must know what all the topics have been mentioned in the syllabus. So we will have an overview of the syllabus prescribed in class 11th, that is PU1. So under the syllabus of class 11th, we have a total 5 units. The first unit is diversity in the living world. Under this unit, we will be having 4 chapters. The first chapter is the living world. Under this chapter, we will be learning what is living, biodiversity, need for classification, 3 domain of life, taxonomy and systematics, concept of species and taxonomical hierarchy, binomial nomenclature, and tools for study of taxonomy. This is all about the first chapter, that is the living world. And the second chapter is biological classification. Under this, we will be studying about 5 kingdom classification, salient features and classification of kingdom Monera, Protista and fungi. Coming to the third chapter, that is plant kingdom. Under this chapter, we will be studying salient features and classification of plants into major groups, that is algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. And the next chapter is animal kingdom. Under this chapter, we will be learning the salient features and classification of animals into non-chordates and chordates. So this is all about the first unit, that is diversity in the living world. Coming to the next unit, that is unit 2, structural organization in plants and animals. Under this unit, we have 3 chapters. In these 3 chapters, the first 2 chapters, that is morphology and anatomy of flowering plants, we will be studying about tissues, anatomy and functions of different parts of flowering plants, root, stem, leaf, inflorescence, cymose and racemose, flower, fruit and seed. This is all about the 2 chapters, morphology and anatomy of flowering plants. And the next chapter is structural organization in animals. Under this chapter, we will be studying animal tissues, morphology, anatomy and function of different systems like digestive, circulatory, respiratory, nervous and reproductive of an insect. Here the insect is cockroach. We'll be studying in brief when we start the respective chapters. And the next unit is unit 3, that is cell structure and function. Under this unit, we again have 3 chapters. The first one is cell and basic unit of life. In this chapter, we will be studying cell theory and cell as the basic unit of life, structure of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, plant cell and animal cell, cell envelope, cell membrane, cell wall, cell organelles, structure and function, and endomembrane system, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosomes, vacuoles, mitochondria, ribosomes, plastids, microbes. This all we will be studying under the chapter cell and basic unit of life. And the next chapter is biomolecules. Under this chapter we will be studying chemical constituents of living cells, biomolecules like structure and function of proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acids, enzymes, types, properties, enzyme action. These all will be studying under biomolecules. And the next chapter is cell cycle and cell division. We will be studying cell cycle, mitosis, meiosis and their significance under this chapter. And the next unit is unit 4, plant physiology. Under this unit we have 5 chapters. The first is transportation in plants. Under this chapter we will be studying movement of water, gases and nutrients, cell to cell transport, that is diffusion, facilitated diffusion, active transport, plant water relations, imbibitions, water potential, osmosis, plasmolysis, long distance transport of water, absorption, apoplast, symplast, transpiration pull, root pressure and guttation. These all we will be studying under the chapter transportation in plants. And the next chapter, that is mineral nutrition. Under this chapter we will be studying essential minerals, macro and micronutrients and their role, deficiency symptoms, mineral toxicity, elementary idea of hydroponics as a method to study mineral nutrition, nitrogen metabolism, nitrogen cycle, biological nitrogen fixation. This all we will be studying under the chapter mineral nutrition. And the next chapter is photosynthesis in higher plants. In this chapter we will be studying photosynthesis as a mean of autotrophic nutrition, site of photosynthesis takes place, pigments involved in photosynthesis, photochemical and biosynthetic phases of photosynthesis, cyclic and non-cyclic and photophosphorylation, chemiosmotic hypothesis, photorespiration, C3 and C4 pathways and factors affecting photosynthesis. These all we will be learning under the chapter photosynthesis in higher plants. And the next chapter is respiration in plants. In this chapter we will be studying exchange of gases, cellular respiration, glycolysis, fermentation and TCA cycle and electron transport system, energy relations, number of ATP molecules generated, amphibolic pathways, respiratory quotient. This all we will be studying under the chapter respiration in plants. And the next chapter is plant growth and development. In this chapter we will be learning the seed germination, phases of plant growth rate, conditions for growth, differentiation, de-differentiation and redifferentiation, sequence of developmental process in a plant cell, growth regulators, auxin, gibberellins, cytokinin, ethylene, ABA, seed dormancy, vernalization, photoperiodism. These all we will be studying under the chapter plant growth and development. This is all about the 4th unit, that is plant physiology. Coming to the next unit, the last unit of the class 11 syllabus, that is unit 5, human physiology. In this unit, we have 6 chapters. The first is digestion and absorption. In this chapter, we will be learning alimentary canal and digestive glands, role of digestive enzymes and gastrointestinal hormones, peristalsis, digestion, absorption and assimilation of proteins, carbohydrates and fats, caloric value of proteins, digestion, nutritional and digestive disorders, indigestion, constipation, vomiting, jaundice, diarrhea. These all we will be studying under the chapter digestion and absorption. And the next chapter is breathing and exchange of gases. In this chapter, we will be studying about breathing and respiration. Under this, respiratory organs in animals, respiratory system in humans, mechanism of breathing and its regulation in humans, exchange of gases, transport of gases, and regulation of respiration, respiratory volumes, disorders related to respiration, that is asthma, emphysema, occupational respiratory disorders. These all we will be studying under the chapter breathing and exchange of gases. And the next chapter is body fluids and circulation. Under this chapter, we'll come across the topics like composition of blood, blood groups, coagulation of blood, composition of lymph and its function, human circulatory system, that is structure of human heart and blood vessels, cardiac cycle, cardiac output, ECG, double circulation, and regulation of cardiac activity, disorders of circulatory system, that is hypertension, coronary artery diseases, angina pectoris and heart failure. These all the topics coming under the chapter body fluids and circulation. And the next chapter is excretory products and their elimination. In this chapter, we will be coming across modes of excretion, that is ammonotelism, ureotelism and uricotelism. Human excretory system structure and function we will be studying, and urine formation, osmoregulation, regulation of kidney function, renin angiotensin, atrial natriuretic factor, ADH, and diabetes insipidus, role of other organs in excretion, disorders like uremia, renal failure, renal calculi, nephritis, dialysis and artificial kidney. This is all coming under the chapter excretory products and their elimination. And the next chapter is locomotion and movement. In this chapter, we will be studying types of movement, ciliary, fibular, muscular, skeletal muscle, contractile proteins and muscle contraction, skeletal system and its function, joints, disorders of muscular and skeletal system, that is myasthenia gravis, tetany, muscular dystrophy, arthritis, osteoporosis and gout. These all coming under locomotion and movement. And the last chapter, that is neural control, coordination and integration. In this chapter, we will be studying endocrine glands and hormones, human endocrine system, that is hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal, pancreas, gonads, and mechanisms of hormone action, role of hormone as messengers and regulators, hypo and hyperactivity and related disorders. Common disorders, for example, Darwinism, acromegaly, cretinism, goiter, thalamic goiter, diabetes, Addison's diseases. These all will be coming under the last chapter, that is neural control, coordination and integration. This is all about the syllabus of class 11th. ಯಪ್ಪ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 11 ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೆದರ್ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ರಿ. ಈ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಕಾಪಿನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲಿತೀರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ ಅಂತ, ಬಟ್ ಹೆದರ್ಸಾಕಂತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಅಫ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಅದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ನು ನಾವು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಾಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರಿಗೆ ಅದು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಬರುವೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ಸಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ ಮಚ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಲೆಟ್ us start our first chapter, that is the living world, which is coming under the first unit, that is diversity in living world. So let us discuss about the living world. Living world ಅಂತಂದಾಗ, so the first question is, what is living? So if I ask somebody to define what is living, they might have answered that the organism or the thing which have life, or the organism which possesses process of respiration, reproduction, and which responds to stimuli and which have growth. They might have answered like this. So this is also right one. So this is called living in general. So if we come to the actual definition for the living, so life is a unique, it is a unique and it is complex organization of molecules that expresses itself through chemical reaction which lead to growth, development, responsiveness, adaptation and reproduction. ಸೊ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೈತಿ ಈ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಗೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಐತಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅದು ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ, that must possesses some factors to define it as a living. ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೋತ್, ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿವ್ನೆಸ್, ಅಡಾಪ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮತ್ತು ರೀಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾವ, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಸ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ just take for example human beings ಒಳಗೆ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು, we have the process of growth and we have the process of development. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈಗ 4 years ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒಂದು 40 years ಆದಾಗೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ growth and development is variable, and response to stimulus, that is nothing but responsiveness, and now climatic condition. So adapt ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ in order to survive in our surrounding. So and another is reproduction. This all happen in human body. We are all made up of complex organic molecules. Our complex organic molecules just they expresses themselves in the chemical reactions. ಹೆಂಗಂತಂದ್ರೆ if we consume some food materials, that will be broken down into simpler ones. We might call it as catabolism. ಈ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಫುಡ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲನ್ನು it just break down into smaller ones, and it again gives us energy to do some work. Like this, the chemical reactions takes place in our body. Those itself causes the factors which making us to be called as living. So this is what the definition of living. So we shall study in detailed information about the chapter the living world in the next video. Until then, take care, and if you have any queries or questions, please do drop your comment in the comment section. And if you like the video, please do hit the like button. If you feel it's informative, please do share it, and for further more videos, please do subscribe, and to get notified quickly as soon as I upload my video, please press the bell button. Thank you for watching.